Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win, you find a way to lose. You can also find a way to be cool with being one of. When you look at Terence Crawford, he's one of the very, 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 very few to become undisputed. He is one of just a couple to become two-time undisputed in two different weight divisions. And Terence Crawford may be okay with just being one of those people instead of being the greatest. Canelo Alvarez, he may be okay with being one of the very few who can go out and clear out a weight division in a year and become undisputed. He may be okay with being one of the very few who can bubble up a weight divisions and pick off one or two fighters here and there. And he just may be okay with being one of those guys, but not necessarily being the greatest. Now, what I mean by that is fighting any and everybody, clearing out weight divisions, top tens, opportunities, and not just sitting around here just trying to wait for the biggest and best opportunity. Now, you see, the reason this conversation's surfaced because just trying to understand, right? Canelo not wanting to fight guys at 168. And what I'm talking about is Benavidez, Morel. Looking at Crawford, not really trying to mess with Boots. Doesn't seem to have much of an interest in Thurman. Looks like he's trying to figure out a way to become one of the few or the only one to jump all the way up and do something that hasn't been done before. Okay? But how far does this being one of, how far do these one of accomplishments, how far does that take a fighter? Okay, now you look at Floyd Mayweather. He never become undisputed. I hear it all the time. Floyd Mayweather, he didn't become undisputed. Yo, are we really going to have this conversation? Like Floyd Mayweather could not have done it. In every goddamn weight division he fought in. We're going to act like Floyd Mayweather couldn't have beat everybody? If you think that, then hold your horses and stop taking it to the stupid. All right? And this is what makes it so interesting when you have boxing fans. Everybody sees it differently, man. Everybody sees it differently. I mean, I thought it was, if you're one of the very few to accomplish something, like being two-time undisputed or becoming undisputed or, you know, jumping up and down weight divisions and clipping people, I thought that meant that you were great. The way some of these boxing fans are putting things, I said, well, let me make this video because, you know, maybe they have a point there. This whole thing about I'm one of, I'm the only one. Okay, cool, but you got this other guy and you're undefeated, one of the few to be undefeated, retire undefeated. It looks like you're going to retire undefeated. But you got this guy here who has 5 or 6 losses but fought everybody. He was trying to be the greatest. You weren't, McNicholas. So we respect this guy more because he fought everybody. Everybody. You stopped picking and choosing. Never did this person start picking and choosing. Right until they retired, going down in flames, fighting everybody. Didn't matter. And that seems to be what they want Terence Crawford to do and what they want Canelo to do. Quit being cool with being one of. We want you to continue being the greatest, trying to be the greatest. Fight everybody. Win, lose, or draw, we want you to go out there and fight. Put it all on the line. Go in as the underdog. Get uncomfortable for a moment. Fight fighters who are just as accomplished as yourself. And stop coming out here and doing what we think is cherry picking. Interesting discussion point. Teofimo Lopez to Terence Crawford. And then Terence Crawford to Canelo, right? Somebody pointed out if Crawford fought Teofimo would be the most accomplished fighter that Crawford has ever fought. And I was quick to say, hold your horses, listen, I'll take it to the stupid. But then I had to catch myself and say, well, hold on a second. Teofimo, self-proclaimed two-time undisputed, all right? But he did, do a little work at 135, did a little work at 140. Does that really matter? What's up, baby?
I ate my whole meal.
Okay. What you want to do? Daddy doing the video. What you want to do now? I'm coming in. I'll be out there in a second, all right? You want to do some more homework?
No.
Okay. Yeah. I'll be right there because you have soccer practice. It's my little man. But Teofimo. And I'm like, man, I don't think Crawford is. No, he probably hasn't fought anybody as accomplished as Teofimo. But at the same time, I personally don't give Teofimo a chance. But somebody had to check me and say, hey, if you're going to give Crawford a chance at Canelo, why won't you give Teofimo a chance? You're being a hypocrite. And then, of course, I had to explain myself and say, no. Look at the size of Crawford. Look at his reach. Look at how Crawford fights. Look at that half a step back he takes and bings you. Crawford is not an easy fight for anyone. Crawford fighting Canelo, as far as size and dimensions and everything, Crawford is pretty evenly matched. So that's why I think the fight with Crawford against Canelo is more interesting than Crawford against Teofimo. Crawford's arms, man. I just watched Crawford against Porter. I watched some of the highlights today. Terence Crawford when he fought Sean Porter. In the round where Crawford knocked him down twice and Porter's dad stopped the fight. And it's just crazy to see the distance that Terence Crawford can cover with his jab, man. Or with his 1-2 or with his hook. His arms are freakishly long. Like, it's crazy. His damn hands are down to past his knees. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that to be funny, like a goddamn orangutan. And I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm being honest. I'm being serious. So when I watched that, I said, there's no in the world Teofimo can, what they call him, gordo. There's no way he can jump around his fat boy. It just can't do it. That shit ain't gonna work against Terence Crawford. Crawford gonna bing him. And if Crawford goes into the phone booth and comes out as southpaw, man, then it's definitely over. Crawford against Canelo, a little bit different. But I do get it, Teofimo, some say he's a two-time undisputed. Okay, challenging Crawford, you gotta give him respect. And then Crawford being two-time undisputed, going up to fight Canelo. So I understand the point they were trying to make, but they weren't trying to, because they couldn't get beyond the fact that, Crawford and, to them, Teofimo and Crawford had the same accomplishments, same accolades. I don't see it that way. But that doesn't matter. The reason why I think Crawford is a more interesting fight because his size, his reach, just everything about Crawford. Just think that's for Canelo is a higher risk than Crawford fighting goddamn Teofimo Lopez. But nonetheless, okay to be one of. I don't know, man. I just think I could understand how somebody sees that about Crawford. I understand how they see that about Canelo, but what you want these guys to do, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to make the most money possible. Their shelf life, they don't have much time left on their shelf life, you know what I'm saying? Their data removal is coming very soon. Very, very soon. So instead of going out here just keep trying to fight for your greatness and prove how great you are to fans, go out here and get as much money as you can. I just think what's the difference of fighting everybody in your weight division? Like a guy like Boots, like for Crawford to go fight Thurman, Crawford to go fight Crowley, Santillan. Like, what? If he goes and does that, great. We're going to tune in, right? But what's the difference in doing that and then trying to go fight maybe, although he said he won't, right? We're just having a conversation. Fight Jamel, fight Adamus, fight Canelo. I mean, yeah, not in the weight division, but those are bigger threats. Maybe more money than fighting somebody at 147. So I get what people are saying, but I don't know. But I do think Crawford is cool with just being one of, instead of at this point in his career trying to satisfy fans and trying to clear out 147 to prove that he's the greatest at 147. He's undisputed. So, I mean, that means something, right? But true, he didn't go and do all the hard work to collect all the belts. Earl Smith did a lot of the hard work to get those belts. Crawford got the 3-for-1 deal. 3 belts for 1 fight, and that made him undisputed. Okay, so I get the argument. Canelo put the work in. Canelo was fighting everybody. But at the end of the day, people are gonna have different opinions on this. But I think the walls are closing in on Terence Crawford, and I think to fight Boots Ennis, and I think the walls are closing in on Canelo, and they're gonna have to figure. And now it seems like Munguia could be the front runner to face Canelo in May. So you just don't know what's gonna go on. But the bottom line is, some people see it that way. Crawford's cool with just being one of for his accomplishments instead of being proving that he's the greatest by fighting everybody. And they feel that Canelo is kind of in the same situation where he's just cool to be one of instead of really trying to come and clear out weight divisions and jumping up and pursuing more challenges. And when they say that, I'm like, he's already done that. But I kind of understand where they're coming from. But I just think some people haven't really done their due diligence, you know. But I can understand the argument. I don't agree with it though. That being said, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans all 7 continents. If Crawford woke up and said, you know what, I want to prove I'm the greatest today, and he cleared out 147, right? Even though he's undisputed, he fought everybody who's in the top 10 right now and beat them all. People will still have shit to say. If Canelo went and fought everybody, all the top 10 fighters at 168, and he already beat a couple of them, but he beat them all, people will still have shit to say. So it is what it is. Y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.